Hi again, Lawrence here, back at my beautiful spot in Lungvlei Dunes in Wilderness, South Africa. I'm doing a walkthrough of the three orchards that we've got on our property. Um, the first video was a little bit of an intro, giving it a little bit of context about where we stay, and then I did a walkthrough of the western orchard. In this video I'm going to walk through our southern orchard and our eastern orchard. Southern orchard is on, you'll see it's on a little bit of a slope. Well, let me actually round. See, it slopes down, so that's on the south side. So we've got a couple of lines here once again between the first and the second tree line. We've got a lot more space in this orchard, so there's kind of 3 rows where we generally have two rows of biomass production. So this would just allow us to use this for planting vegetables or other crop, and allowing for some more sun before the canopy closes out the area, taking the sun away. Going through the first line, this is my wife's favorite tree on our property, a lychee. Also, this lychee was basically on death's door when we moved down here permanently just over a year ago. So it had to be cut down or cut back very aggressively just to see if it would bounce back, and it did. Look at those leaves, beautiful green. So from a tree that was basically dying, obviously the system at that stage didn't have enough kind of life in it. There wasn't enough protection for it, whatever the reason. It wasn't able to adapt to the environment. So we cut it right back, and it's now loving it. Like in the other orchards, our primary two trees that are being used to look after the productive trees are the keurboom and the water pear. So you can see that kind of growing out, creating that lovely protective canopy throughout each tree line. The other thing is lots of bananas. The one thing that is unique to this tree line is the type of banana. I wouldn't be able to tell you what type it is, but these are much stockier. They grow a lot slower. These bananas are, I believe they're 3 years old. They've been here from the start and they haven't produced fruit yet, and they're still slowly growing. So yeah, it's a different type of banana. The other tree we have is a feijoa. We've got 2 feijoas on the line. We have never had feijoas before, so we're very excited to try the fruit. And you can just see how much this tree is just loving it, all this new growth that's coming out. This feijoa was planted about 1.5 years ago. It was, not as a baby little seedling. It was obviously it was a substantial size, but lots of nice new growth. So it's enjoying its new home. Wife's other favorite fruit tree, a fig. This fig, and you'll see it with some of the other figs, has got disease on the leaves at the moment that we're trying to manage. So I have taken a lot of the leaves off the tree. We put those leaves into the rubbish bin because we know we don't want them lying on the soil. I'm just trying to manage leaving the tree enough leaves so it can continue to grow, but as soon as the leaf gets too damaged, I then take take the leaf off. So hopefully we'll be able to work through this current stage, and hopefully this fig tree will be able to thrive. Another feijoa. But our pride and joy is hiding over here. Pecan tree. Once again, it needed to be cut back. So you can see there where it was cut back. It was basically dead. We just felt enough juice in the branch or in the trunk to give it a chance, and we cut it back. And Alex was not very hopeful, but we gave it a try, and look at it. It's really thriving inside its little protective home here next to a keurboom and a banana. So yeah, we hope that continues to grow. Bit of comfrey coming out, curry leaf tree. My wife and I are vegans, so we don't bring any animals or animal product onto our property, but we work with the animals that are already here, the naturally occurring animals, the crickets, the frogs, the locusts, the little field mice that are so cute but eat our tomatoes, the snakes that worry us, but yeah, they're all part of the environment, the birds. And yeah, and as vegans, we love curry, and that's why, other than the curry leaf tree, this row of turmeric, which has never been harvested. So this is, I think it's pretty much 3-year-old turmeric, and when it dies back this season, we'll probably dig out our first root and see how it tastes. Another row where there's not a lot happening, just because we weren't organized to plant. A little bit of yarrow, a little bit of carrots, a little bit of rocket. The gooseberries just kind of invited themselves to the party, and they're looking very happy. So we are leaving them there. Next row, we've got some sugarcane that we slowly are multiplying and spreading out. And so that's good biomass, and some cowpeas and some grass. And I suppose this line here is probably the line which shouts the most abundance. You know, the bananas are very tall, and yeah, it's just this is a very, very happy tree line. This is the only avo tree that survived from, you know, the first avos that were planted 3 years ago. So this is a 3-year-old avo tree. At one stage it looked very sad. You can see the kind of browning on the leaves, because you know, the dry wind comes through from the south there. So we slowly are growing more and more windbreak, you know, hence this very high hedge of batu along the eastern border of this orchard. But yeah, it was really struggling with basically all its leaves dried out, and it pushed through, and you can see these the new leaves and new signs of growth all over the tree. We did have to prune the tree quite heavily, because it was being dominated by, you know, bananas, etc., while it was struggling, and it had grown into a very strange shape. So we had to prune it very heavily and then pull it back upright. So hopefully, well, it seems to be loving its haircut and its new position. So it's busy showing off as the oldest avo in the environment. If I go along this line, you'll see some common themes of the Pinot melons along the bottom, which are really thriving in this environment. You know, our bananas feijoa. Hiding behind this feijoa as well is the only Tamarillo tree tomato that also survived the first planting. So it's looking a bit sad. It does have some new kind of leaves on it, so we're just leaving it to see if it will survive, and if it's able to adapt, hopefully it will start to thrive. Just once again, you just look down here at this kind of just totally different environment from the dunes. If I told you this is a sand dune, look at this, just roots, and I mean it's still very sandy. So there's still lots of work for this environment to do, but it's just it's amazing to be part of this process, just transforming the environment from a sand dune into a little forest. Our curry leaf tree. This is our pride and joy from a fig point of view. It really is just loving being protected by all this vegetation. Some damage on the leaves, but no sign of that really bad disease. A little bit on that leaf, but anyway, we hope. A little bit of a yellowwood hiding here. So this is also, it's probably our biggest yellowwood. So this is this line of trees is probably the most abundant little spot in our orchards currently. This avo tree on this side, it's the second planting, so it's not the original avo, and then we had to cut it back in addition. And once again, it's almost like just because this is such a harsh environment, and I think it's very unique that a lot of the trees you need to almost give them time to settle and then cut them back and let them re-sprout. It seems to have worked on a number of occasions for us. Look at the lovely yellow wood kind of growing next to kind of its supportive brother, the cureworm. One day it'll be the big brother. Sugar cane, bitu, a little bit of comfrey. Another line that once again we just weren't organized enough to actually do anything with, but it is covered, and we will look to get something in here for the next season. We had to kind of trim back the bush, I suppose. Another one of the questions is chop and drop. This concept of you just chop off the bush and you throw it there. Well, I'm just wondering if that should have just been thrown a little bit more to that side, directly onto the tree line, or do we leave it because the roots will find this nutrition? Tell me what you think. Should we be dropping the vegetation there directly next to the hedge, or should we actually be throwing it directly onto the productive tree line? Okay, common theme: bananas, cureworms. These cureworms are a little bit younger. The original cureworms planted here didn't last. Yellowwood. And another mango that we needed to cut back and let regrow. This mango is carrying 4 mangoes. This mango tree is carrying 4 mangoes for us. Once again, maybe we are being a bit selfish, forcing it to carry these fruit for us, but we are giving it a lot of love, and we can see that new leaf, that new growth shows that the tree is healthy. So that's the southern orchard. Yeah, it's on the slope. We've got the pecan on the top row will become I think the biggest emergent tree long term, but we've then got avos and mangoes which will also join them kind of high up. I think the sense is once again, that we're missing a couple of layers in the line, and kind of looking for some comments and some ideas of whether it be support species or whether it be productive species, what type of vegetation would thrive in this kind of subtropical, very sandy type of environment. Let me know what you think. I'm going to take a walk around the house, and we'll carry on when I'm at the eastern orchard. So one of the things about the eastern orchard is that with these orchards being left for 2 years to fend for themselves, it probably was the orchard that struggled the most with not having consistent love and care. So there were a number of keurboom, especially along the side of the orchard, which failed for whatever reason, and a lot of the vegetation didn't have the protective ecosystem. So this orchard missed out on the love and care, and we've had to pay a lot more attention to it. We've also just recently got the logs and the chip put down into the pathways, so hopefully that will give it the boost that it needs. So this orchard is stone fruit on that side, so there's some peaches, plums, apricots, obviously bananas are everywhere, but you can see even the bananas are a little bit lower. I think other than the fact that the overall environment, the support species didn't boom, I think also this orchard is wrapped in a whole lot of natural vegetation, which I think the amount of sun that kind of gets through to these species may not have been as ideal. But I'm not looking to change my property into a whole lot of manicured orchards. So I definitely want to have these bands of natural vegetation. The things that I've noticed is that there's lots of critters that operate in this kind of thick natural bush. Little baby birds bouncing around, beetles, crickets, mice, which you might think are pests, but they're part of the ecosystem. The snakes that eat them, all of those things. And one of the other kind of funny stories that I've got about this orchard, just the reminder that I'm trying to create some order and productivity right in the eye of a chaotic natural environment, is that recently I was walking through my orchards, which I do more than once every day. I just love to walk through the trees. I love picking things, smelling them. I suppose these are strange descriptions, but if you're a nature lover like me, I'm sure you can relate to what I'm saying. Anyway, while I was walking through this orchard, I heard what sounded like a horse munching on grass. It was very loud. It was a hungry sound, and I didn't know where it was coming from, and eventually I saw one of the clumps of grass moving. And unfortunately, the moles in this area have started to eat the grass. So yeah, that's going to be one of the things that is just part of the context. Luckily the moles haven't gone for the lemongrass, so we might lose, I don't even know what this grass is called, but anyway, this fast growing grass may not be as permanent a fixture as the lemongrass. We'll just have to see how the moles kind of integrate themselves into this environment I'm trying to create. Yeah, once again, kind of walking to the orchard, you can see what I'm walking on here. You know, this is, well, I mean, I must say, even this is damn, this looks a lot worse, you know, at the top than it is underneath. Let me go to another place. I'm trying to show you how amazing we are transforming the soil. Here's maybe a better place to look. This was the sand that was dug out by a mole recently, and we just kind of threw, when we cleared it, we threw the sand on top of this area. Maybe that was not the most unique way of dealing with it, but this is basically the sand, you know, that is around us, that we're growing in. This is our soil. But you know, this is if I go here and kind of dig here, let's look at what's happening here. It's just you actually struggle to dig through it because there's so much kind of growing in there. Let me try and get through. It's just look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it's amazing to be part of kind of this journey where you kind of feel like you are just building something beautiful. You know, most people think you build a house that's beautiful, and we love a house, but yeah, this is what I'm building. And when I say me, obviously I'm working with nature. So yeah, this orchard here is struggling. You can see it's struggling, but it's still going. The pomegranate needed to be cut right back. We thought we had actually lost it. We thought that it wasn't suitable to the environment, but look at it, it's bounced back. This was cut basically back to, you know, bare bones, you know, less than a year ago. That was just cut right back because it was dying. The actual stems were starting to get brittle, so it's bouncing back. We've got a new Kerbon coming in here. It's apple, quince. The one fruit that we actually weren't the most excited about, but look at it, it's more excited to be here than we were to have it here. So you have to just accept the enthusiasm. So we will be quince farmers, even if that wasn't what the plan was. Banana, you can see the bananas here are much smaller than they are on the other orchards. Yeah, probably not getting enough sun. I think the one thing that we will do is we will cut the natural vegetation along our fence line. We'll cut it back a little bit, just to allow, you know, the freedom to walk up and down the fences, and also to allow a little bit more sun to come in. So maybe that will help. This fence line was meant to be filled with grapes, but just like the granadillas on the other side, nature didn't agree with us. We do have some grapes still holding on here after 3 years. Hasn't quite died out, but it's far from thriving. So we'll need to see if there's something we can do to help it, or use a different varietal of grape. Yeah, fig, citrus, fig. Once again, these figs have got some disease, but they are still going, and we'll carry on giving them love and attention. Plum. I think it's plum anyway. We haven't had any fruit of these trees yet, so we'll wait to see exactly what they are. A peach of some sort. I'm really hoping it's a nectarine, but I'll be happy with the clinging peach as well. Our water pear, our keurboom's. And once again, I think in this area, I think in the lines back there, there's lots of space. I think we need to fill in there. We just need to think of what type of plants can we fill the gaps with and just bring that abundant life into this system. But yeah, even though it's the system that is struggling the most, and you can see once again a mole that has munched on our grass. Even though we say this is the system that has struggled the most, it is still, you can see green, you can see life, you can see color, you know. There is, it's funny, well, not funny, it is what it is. There's quite a few people around us that that have beehives, and they moan that there is not enough flowers for the bees, and well, those bees can come over to us any day. Anyway, thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed the video. Send me your comments, send me your advice, and I look forward to chatting.